Damn, any day now. Um, all right. Did you get that link I sent you?
Oh yeah, yeah. On
Uh,
the that's an actual YouTube page, or I need the link to get in the YouTube page.
nah, it should just hit the link and it should take you there.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on this computer,
All right.
or should I just leave it on the phone?
Shit. However you can see it better.
Oh, okay. Let me put it on here then.
All right. Let's break this shit down.
So I gotta put in all of this stuff, or
Nah, you should have just been able to copy the link. Just like hold it
no?
down and push copy, and it should copy it over.
Yeah, I'm trying to. You sent a text message though, so I'm trying to. I'm already on the YouTube. I was typing it in and shit.
Oh, you know what I could do? I could actually go back then and go like this. I'll make it easier. Jump to LD at Gmail. Oh, there's no. It's L Fitzgerald, right?
Yeah,
L Fitzgerald at Gmail.
not 976 at Gmail.
Alright, I just sent it to your email. Hey Google. Hey Google. Broadcast a message.
What's the message?
I need a lighter.
Bless you.
Thank you, thank you.
Bless you.
Okay, broadcasting now.
Ain't come in yet. You spelled it right, or did it pop up from the last email?
Oh, nope. It just came. Let me send it from my email. LFITVGERALD 976 at Gmail. Oh, because I clicked that one and had a dot in it. Yeah, that was my fault. Return. Paste. Gone. Now you got it. Click that flood approval.
Oh, you got your own live stream set up, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
So I can. That's why I said I'd go down there and be able to show it to you and break it down. Alright, I don't know how far it is, if it's lagging behind or if it's right. You see this? Let me see where we want to start at. Okay, so this is Podio, right? So this is where you would come in, and for us, this is where we keep all our files at, right?
Right.
So I'll start off.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Oh, yeah.
Break it down. Alright, I don't know how far it is. If it's lagging behind, right?
Dang, it's super far behind, huh?
Let me see where we want to start at. Okay, so this is Podium, right? So this is where you would come in, and for us, this is where we keep all our files at, right? Right. So I'll start off. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me cut the volume down out here because it's hella far behind.
Try to, Alright, so I'll be showing it to you, and it should be catching. So right now I just pulled up Doverwood Lane, Fresno. What I'm going to do is go back. This is prop radar. So what we're looking at now is prop radar. That's a house I looked up. Let me make sure it's ready to go. Nope. So I got to log in. So you'll have a login too. Close. So now let's say that I wanted to find a property in wherever. So I would come over here and say location. And I may pick out, let's go with Merced. MERCD. throw Merced on here. Click on that and add the criteria. So then that'll break it down to that little area of Merced, right? Then I would take, let's see, a different criteria. I go back to search, and then let's say if I want to go quick list and go investors. And I want to know who has low equity in this bitch. So I'm going to go back and pick underwater owners 5%. I'm going to add that on. So that's going to start showing me everybody in the area with low equity. So all these people have little to no equity. Now, this really ain't going to help me too much unless I'm doing dry calling and I'm just calling in and getting it. Trying to get them to sell. Yeah, they have no equity. Then you good? You need it back? Oh, I needed the key. Oh. So then, thank you though. So then you'll go through here and you'll start to look and call them and say, hey, you want to sell? You know they have no equity. If they want to sell, well, hey, perfect. So then you will go back and go search again, right? And on search this time, you're going to go to see if it's listed.
So I got to go to that quick list to search.
You can. I'm going to keep going through it and show you all the different ways. So right now, all these homes are for sale. So right now, we just started looking up California, Merced. Estimated equity is lower than 5%. Listed for sale, yes. So right now, you'll go through and see. One says -8. They got -23. And let me find out if these are really for sale. So it looks like she got an open loan at 329,901.
Where you seeing that at?
Okay, you see how I just clicked and opened up that file?
Which one? The last one?
No. Right now on the screen should be 5270 Gerald Avenue.
Yeah, up top I see the estimated equity for 5%.
Yep, at the very top. Yeah, those are all the little things that I picked to get these properties that are for sale, low equity, and they in the Merced area.
Right.
So now looking at this one, right? Can you see that one on the screen now?
Yeah.
All right, so this lady right here, Peggy and Brian. You got their name, contacts over here, 59 years old. What it's assessed at, the total loan balance, which is down here, what its value is, estimated value, assessed value, and now we got to go down here to see if this is really -23, right? And you're going to look at this list pricing. So you got 59, right? And you can come over here, boom. And somebody got it under contract and it's actually going for $599. So they had it a couple over. So that's how you would look at them, and you could click through them, see if they was any good. See, they have it assessed at that, and they have the loan amount at that. So I can't believe it's that yet. $10 million. What are we doing? What is this?
Okay, yeah, the whole thing is behind right here. What you showing me?
Mm-hmm.
It just now, the arrow just went to the 599.
Got you. So now I'm on one that says $1 million, but it's farmland. This looks like they had a farm out there, 155 acres, minutes away from UC Merced. $9 million. I don't know what I could do with that out there. It looked like horses or something. I could figure it out.
That's a farm with chickens or something. Chicken plant or something.
Right, so you'll come through here and look. I mean, you can look at these whichever way you want. So these way I just showed you is finding low equity, off market. The first way when I said you just go through and call them, and this is trying to find low equity on market. So this is 925, 890. I didn't even look before I did it. They got it assessed at 4, so they off. Loan balance is 430, so they'll be making like 4 something. So they're not really low, but they got half of the equity. Next one, you got 331. So you got 345, right? And then, let me check those numbers. 345.
You're on the one for 925 right now?
Nope. I just moved over. You about to come see it in a minute. As I'm doing it, I'm marking everything, so you'll understand what I'm talking about. So that one was for 345. They got a value of 331. So you got 14,000 over, and that's really like the 14,000, but okay. They owe 316,982, right? 316,982. How long this listing been on? Not that I really care, but it helps me in knowing where they at. They just got on 12 days. That's all good. So let me see where we at, Playboy. Your value is 313. 341. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, just because I like to see how much is this person really getting. What are they going to take home real quick?
So what's the open loan balance?
That's how much they still own their mortgage.
Oh, okay.
So that means that they owe, which is in your benefit. So on this one, I would go 345. And then I will come back here and I will look and see 2% greedy fuckers. 2% and so what I just did was copy the estimated balance loan, bring it over here to put it in the estimated payoff. Then I bring this down to 2% and calculate it. So, if he's selling his home, which he is, for $345, right? With the seller's agent commission at $13,800, and the buyer's agent commission at $6,900, taxes and fees, and the mortgage payoff, he would bring home in his pocket after he sold his house was $6,118. That's it.
That's the property owner.
Yep, that's what he's getting in his pocket. $6,118. So when he goes and sells this home, right now, he's only going to make $6,118. Right?
Right.
Okay.
That's the homeowner or the agent?
That's a homeowner. The home agent is going to be making $13,800, and the other agent is making $6,900.
Oh, okay. So the total is 421, and then they split that between the agent and the two agents and
And him, the seller.
Okay.
So the seller is getting the money left at the end. So you got that home price at $345, and when you're selling that home, the commission for the seller agent would be 4%. The buyer agent would be 2%. The fees and taxes would be $1,200. The mortgage payoff, $316,982. So the cash that you would be breaking off would be $6,118. Or do it the best way. The pack is for $345,000. You gotta pay one nigga $1,380, and you gotta pay the other nigga $690 for getting you this jug at the pack number. Now there's little fees that other niggas gonna have in there that you gotta get the backwoods and shit. So make sure it got pressure in it. So them your little fees to test out this pack. $1,200. Dude still got $316,982 left to pay on this pack that he didn't went and got. So now he fronting it all to you. And for you to get all this pack, you like, look, man, you still owe all this. Let me take that debt, and I'm gonna give you $6,000 on that, and I'm gonna take this real quick. So now you got the pack.
That's where the investors, the lenders come in at then.
Yeah, but not really with the 6 bands. You don't even really need it. Now, there's 2 ways you can do this. Now, the first thing I do is I'm like, oh, shit. So right now, this is a play. Nigga, it's right by your door. Nigga, knock, knock, knock. How are you doing today? But it just went on. Hey, you only got... I was looking at it. I seen what you were going to do. I'm going to have her call. So... Floors ain't bad, ain't bad, ain't bad, ain't bad. Kitchen is old, but it's livable. So... And... Oh, that blind looks good. Lights is good. Floor, walls. Nice kitchen. Laundry room. Bathroom. Looks like the kitchen. Bathroom look just like the kitchen. What type of shit is that? Backyard needs some work. No, they don't go back there. Oh, that's the side, huh? No, that's the back. That's the side. What the fuck is this? Oh, that's the front yard. Alright. So now, I would want to know what the damn ARV is on this bitch. So I'm going to run into my little program.
And the ARV is what? Actual retail value?
Yeah, I'm about to, after repair value.
After repair value? Okay.
About to get it to you right now. Couple ways we check in. So next I will go to this deal check. Oh man, what the hell is this? It went to Deal Central. Deal check. Upper River. I don't know if we're getting you. I think I was in now. God damn it. Add property, right? Import data. Drop the property in there. It's going to find it. You're going to search it. This is called Deal Check. It's free. Save it. I come over here. First thing I'm going to do, make sure they got me right. 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 1,200 square feet. 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 1,200 square feet. So you're going to see that those two match up. And then you're going to come back. Now they got comparables. This is when we start to figure out the ARV, right? So you'll come over here and you'll look. And you only want to go things sold in the first 3 or in the last 3 months. Don't go over the 3 months. Unless you have to. So first we'll start off and you'll see I'm scrolling down. I'm going to start looking for things sold in the last 3 months. So nothing before March. And I'm not getting it, right? So those are like immediate comps, like fresh comps. Oh, here we go. Boom. 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 1,200 square feet. Now they were built in 2000. When were we built? 1990. So we 10 years off. So we're a little off on being able to be the comp. And then you can go up to 6 months. After 6 months, it's like, your comp may not be, really true because every market changes. So you got one down here at the bottom. You'll see me start off with that says 12/29/22. We're not going to use that because that is the end of last year, 7 months. So yeah, but no. You could, because it's like right at the end, beginning of January. So you can use that one. 5/15, that would be an immediate comp. So that's like a perfect comp, except your years are kind of off. And then you have, that's 12/15. We ain't going to use that one. We got a 1/5. That falls within the 6th. 3/2, 12/60, built in 1992. So ours is 3/2, 1,200, built in 1990. Them two comps are together. So it looks like we have one that sold for $330. So I'm going to click on that. And it's 2395 Fur Avenue, Merced, California. So I'm going to hit down and I'm going to look. Okay, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom. This 1260, 60 square more foot, but that ain't shit. Built 2 years later, but that ain't shit. So for 330, and see if they got some pictures and stuff on it, so I can get an idea of what just went. Dum, 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 dum. Oh, I want that then. We want it. We want it. We want it. We want it. All right, let me look it up. All right, we'll look at that one in a second. All right, so we got 3-2-1200 loaded up, so now I can go see if there's pictures. Come on. Boom. We got pictures. We got pictures. So now what we do is we're going to run back and forth, and you're going to see this house, and I'm going to go back to this house, and I'm going to go to the beginning of this house, and we're going to start running. See the front of it? Do them two look like houses together? Do they look like they match?
Yeah. Oh, it ain't even switched over to the houses yet.
Oh, you coming. So you're going to see that those two, yeah, they are similar together. They look like they could be sisters or brothers. Shit, they could be immediate family. Oh, yeah, them is copycats. Oh, yeah, them is
right next door to each other?
Yeah, them is copycats. No, they're not next door to each other. It is...
two top pictures?
Yeah, it's 0.37 miles away, so about a little bit over a quarter mile away.
All right.
So, inside, wood, same kind of wood, kitchen, same kind of look, fireplace. Let's roll back, make sure we had that fireplace was right there. Yes, it was. So we looking the exact kind of same. They got that one little cabinet on the side, but the kitchens are alike. Doom, 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 doom. All right. So those houses look alike. So if his backyard is just grass, the other dude has a little bit of stuff down in the backyard. Looks like it can go for $1,700 a month. So, we'll look at this, and those are our only two. So right now, if I look at that, and their sale price at $345, and that house at $330, they sitting on the top of the ARV, and he's doing that because any way that he goes, if he goes any lower to the real price, he gonna end up paying money. You don't want to pay money. So now you're just gonna cut him at, look, if you don't mind, I know you have your overpriced. I'd like to come take your mortgage over subject to, and I'll just pay you out the $6,118. Now, you may think, oh, I'm going to have a loan on me, but in actuality, you won't. When you sell it to us, we'll actually take it to a note servicing company. So the same way your bank has your mortgage serviced by a note servicing company, the same thing we do. So we have legitimate files. Say you want to go buy a new home. When you say, hey, I want to buy a new home to your lender, they're going to need to know, hey, you have this on here. We can automatically go to the note servicing company, or you can call them and get the document showing that we pay the mortgage to you, so you aren't responsible for that. So if you sold it to us within the first 11 months of the year, then they'll take off 75% of that debt, so you'll only be responsible for 25. So if you had a mortgage of $1,000, you'd only be responsible for $250. After the year, you would be responsible for nothing. So if you weren't going to buy in the next year, it wouldn't matter. And when you went to go when you went to go buy a home, they would use this as income. So if you only made $1,000, well, now you can add this $12,000 on, because this is what we're paying you every month.
Well, paying them what, the 65,000 or the 6118?
No, the 6118 is just what we paying him on the one time. That's just to take over the deed.
Right.
So we'll take over the deed, subject to his mortgage staying in place.
Right.
That make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so now here's what you can do. You took over this house, gave him $618,000. Thing about this one is you cannot refi out. He is at the top of the ARV. Because remember how his price was way at the top of the estimate. If this was a new one that just sold $330 in the area, we're not gonna get that. Now what we could do, if we wanted to really try to find out a little bit more, we can X this out. $345 looks like it's right there. I can zoom in on Zillow. You'll see me do it in a second. And we can bounce around the neighborhood just to double check if we're at the top of the ARV. We got a 60, but that's got 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it's 1,400 square feet, so he doesn't match. Same thing, and those are 340, 360. 360. Now this is the first way I do it. You'll see it come up on the map and see me looking over the houses, looking at the prices. This is just like an overview for me. And now when you're doing this, you don't want to cross neighborhoods, cross over main streets. If it's like a main street, you don't want to cross over it. You don't want to cross over freeways. You want to stay within a neighborhood. It could be a big neighborhood. That's fine, long as it's not a major traffic street that, divides neighborhoods. So like this Beechwood, I wouldn't go over Beechwood because
Beechwood is going to go down.
Beechwood is a major street, so I got to stay in between those two streets.
Yeah, that's high crime area too.
So right now, 345 is what he got it at, and that's about way over. See that 340 is 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom, and even that one is 1,400 square feet. That's 3. So he around 340.
What's that red one mean right there?
That red one is the one for sale.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so you'll see that one, and then, so I would think this one is overpriced already.
345.
Yeah, so I'm just going to pay him out his equity and move somebody in there, but now I have to figure out what's that look like. So I'm going to come back over to here. Now I'm trying to figure out an exit strategy. I know my entry strategy is to go in and pay the agent the $13,800 and pay the seller $6,118. So what are we looking at? 13, 19, we'll just say 20. So I know my entry fee to this is $20,000. I don't exactly know how much his mortgage is, but I could find out how long and everything is for. So you'll see me go back under transactions, come down, and look at the last loan. Which it looks like they got a reverse mortgage. Oh, Mr. Seller, you're not getting anything. This is a reverse mortgage. All right. Loan reverse. So they reversed it and gave it back. ELOC, 25,000. Family trust. Death. Just kept taking out a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Alright, fuck them. Let me figure out what we can rent it for then. Let's see. Gross rent right here. 1730. You could go up to 1860. Average listing is 1680. Could go up to 1750. They say 1630. $22, 3A, so they're all 16. Those are a mile away. 16, they said 1730. 576 per bedroom. So I can do 1730, right? I just have to find out how much their mortgage is. So like the one we're going to sign tomorrow, their mortgage is for $900 and some dollars. So if that's the mortgage, then if it was this, 900 would go to pay for this, the mortgage, and that would leave me with 700. But 700 wouldn't be what I was left with. 700 would be minus other fees that you got to put away. So it may make like 350 after you put away everything. Rainy day. So you would make 350 a month off this for the next 30 to 50 years if you wanted to. Now, what you could do is grab it and assign it. So you know it's turnkey, it's ready, it doesn't need very even much of a rehab, just cleaning the backyard and shit. So you could put this on as an assignment, meaning you found the house, you got it under contract, and now you want to put 10, 20,000 on it and say, hey, I have a subject to is paying the 8,000 in the commission, which is 20 entry, plus my 15, my 20, which end up being 40,000 to enter. And then they'll look at it and see if it's a good deal. Oh yeah, I got this. Does that make sense?
I'm waiting for it to get to it.
All right.
I'm a little behind on it. I'm trying to remember what you said and then wait till it gets to it.
Oh, turn it on then and hear me. I'm gonna run up and grab a lighter. Turn it on so you can hear me.
Like whenever I'm talking to you on the phone and it'll pop up on the screen like about two minutes later.
Oh, I know, but right now since I ain't talking, listen to it, cause then it'll go over what I was doing.
case as a commercial?
A commercial popped up?
Oh, you know what? It might have kicked me off of it or something. Yeah, it might have kicked me off.
Oh, it told me I need to.
There we go.
All right, so did that
You got pace in the commercial? The commercial popped up?
so that made sense? No, to take over that home because they wanted 345. So the home is 345, but they owe 316,982. So when they go to sell this home, they have to pay a commission to the sellers. The person who's selling it, their agent, is going to get 13,800. The buyer's agent, but you don't have one, would be 69, but you don't have one. So you're going to pay yourself, and that's your discount. Your mortgage payoff is 316,982. So when they subtract all of those away, the seller would only come home with $6,118. So then you would ask, well, hey, can I just pay you the $6,118 and take over your loan subject to staying in place? So now you've bought it, and you've bought it for the 6,000. Just say 6,000. You just handed them 6,000, and they were happy. You could have gave them 5, and you paid the commission to the seller agent, which was 13.8. So 18.8. Yeah, this is how you making it where the agent is good. Now, you can negotiate with the agent, like, look, I can get care of this, and how about we come upon a number, like, hey, I know you're looking at 12, 13, whatever, 12, 13.8. How about instead of that, I can give you a $7,000 finder's fee straight to you. You don't have to split it with anyone, and I can work directly with the seller to get this sold. And then they just have to, if they have an exclusive, let you in and be able to deal with them. So now, you've took the property in for the seller's, the agent's commission, and the price of the house. So 19,000, 20,000 is what it's going to cost for you to about to take this home, right? You can add 20,000 onto it and put it up for assignment, meaning now you're selling this home for an extra $20,000. Yep. And you can do the assignment just like that. Let's say that, oh man, I only got 5,000 right now, man. Can I give you an assignment fee of 5? Hey, you sure can, but then you can write the other 15. I give it to you on seller financing. So I seller finance you the 15,000 for 24 months or 12 months or 6 months, whatever you want, at 4% interest. So now you just took your money and made it grow with that 4%, 5% interest. Even money you didn't really have. Because remember, they're going to be paying you monthly payments. So now, that way, you've put $10,000, $20,000 in your pocket. and now you're ready to roll again. Does that make sense? Now the other way, I would take it, and I would probably go a transitional living, hidden insurances, see if I can get somebody in there paying $2,000-3,000 a month, and then it's 3 bedrooms. That means there's 6 people who could be in there. So I can go six times 3, and now I can probably come up with 27 if I do right. Or no, 18. 6 times 3, 6 people. Yeah. Nope, you can get 0% interest. It's all about how you negotiate when you talking to them. Remember, I was telling you becoming a friend. That's what all that means. Like, hey, you good at that. Hey, we can't. Yeah, come on. And positive manipulation. So all you doing is kind of guiding them to where you need them to be. No, transitional is after you will get the home. This is your exit strategy to figure out how you're going to get paid. You got to figure out how you going to get this bag. How you going to get this money. Okay, so I can put a long-term renter in there, but you seen that long-term renter was only going to pay me $17.90. I don't know how much the mortgage is, but that just might pay the mortgage off. So now, but it might pay the mortgage and I make a little money. Now, how can I make some more money? I can't put anything else back there, but what if I do midterm? What if I found some nurses, hospitals who needed homes for their nurses when they come, and I go do deal with them? So then I look that up to see how much they're paying, and if I can hook up with any of the nurses to come there, the hospital will rent it out for so many months. So then you have that, which will make you more money. Then you have your short term Airbnb. You'll go to this AirDNA, and AirDNA, you'll type in the address, and it'll tell you how much it is. And so since we're doing it, let's get this address, and I'll show you AirDNA. Alright, AirDNA.
Oh, these are pretty much all the options as far as rental options.
Right now, yeah, that's what we're going through, yeah. How you gonna make it work?
Right. So I can put like yearly lease on there and all the other shit, huh? Lease contract and all that.
Yeah, to figure out which way to move.
Okay, I think I watched something like this on one of the patients' things too, and like how you said you negotiate with the agent and everything else.
Yeah.
I seen something on his thing. No, matter of fact, it was on the little live thing he had for the Gator method. He was talking about if I guess he had a student that if I guess he talked to the agent and hollered at him about the sub 2 thing and seeing if he wanted to work with him, and the agent told him no, right?
Mhm.
But what he did after that was he just went straight to the owner, and he ran it by the owner or whatever, and I guess
The owner was cool with it.
yeah, the owner was cool with it, so it pretty much the agent got fired.
Mhm.
The owner fired, pretty much fired the agent and went straight through one of his students. That's kind of like that's possible to do like that in the same situation, huh?
Right. That's what you can do.
Oh, okay.
You can anytime go straight around the agent if the agent is giving you a hard time. It's like, look, I'm trying to work you in. I could have went to the seller, gave him some ideas and numbers and things we can do, but I came to include you because that's not how we conduct business. We try to make sure it's a win-win-win for everybody.
Right.
So this one says that it can bring in $42,600 a year. Daily rental rate $213. It'll be occupied half the time. Operating expense $14,000. Net operating income $28,400. 565. So now you got to divide that up. 25,565 divided by 12. Make about $2,100 a month. So if it's making $2,100 a month, that would again cover rent plus allow you to stay in and out if you want to, because it's an Airbnb. So then there's that option. Then you'll go to the transitional and the insurances, and you work your way up until you find that groove. So you might be able to, with this one, to put some kind of living facility in there, some sober people, and they paying $1,500. Or like California, when they let out the inmates, I think they pay at least in Georgia, $850, $900 a bed. So you put one, that's $1,800 for one room. So that would be you paying your mortgage and all the rest of it going in your pocket. $3,600. So you'll put $36 in your pocket every month, and then you'll do that. Now this one, the only reason it wouldn't be good for like the big money is because it's already at the top of the ARV. Like if it had a 700,000 ARV, oh yeah, you gonna take this, hold this 1 to 6 months, and then make the payments. Have somebody in there making them. And at the end of that 6 months, you're going to refi up out of that bitch and get you a nice lump sum. And then have them sitting there paying the mortgage. But can't do that when they're at the top of already at the top of the ARV. Whatever you don't get, let me know. I can go over and over.
Yeah, I'm taking a little bit in. I'm catching bits and pieces, but yeah, I'm trying to take notes at the same time. I'm trying to catch like a lot of the terminology.
So coppage is what I was doing earlier when I was comparing the houses. Going back and forth, seeing if they look the same size within the same year. You're going to be running the... Go ahead.
Which side was that? Which side was that right there where you do the comparison? Was it the property radar or the deal check?
Remember, I using deal check and then the Zillow, just looking to see if they look the same. And then deal check gives you that other information too on the sales comp and all that. Oh wait.
So you use both of those pretty much to do the comp.
I use that, Trillo, and then seeing how on Zillow I was zooming in and out. But that was on the that one I just did is one we getting. I just finna offer in on that one. Yeah, where that shit go? Alright, well, I don't know where it went, so. Oh, yeah, it's down here. Alright, so, Zillow, bow. So how I'm like here, when you end up coming up, you'll see it. So it's like this, and I'll do all the little comparisons on the number. That 345 one is right there. Now I'm going to take it and go for, I want to know what was sold. And I'm going to apply what was sold. And now it's going to show me stuff that's been sold. And there's one like right across the street. 4.2 at 320. So I'll click on that one. And we'll take a look at what this one looks like. Do they give us inside? Oh yeah, we got a nice one. Nice rehab on that. We don't have wooden kitchens. We have rehab cabinets. Yeah, so they bought this one for $320, but this one sold a long time ago, so you're not. So I need to redo this. So I'll go here and say so within the past 90 days. Apply. And now I kind of zoom out to see what we got. We got 180, but I'm going across that major section. You got a 290, 21, but I'm going across the section again. That's a different neighborhood. So then I go back and has anybody sold in the last 6 months in this neighborhood? 6 months. Apply. No. It's 265. But it's across the street. Yeah. I think that this one is at the top of his ARV. But then you'll go through like this. And this is the other way that you do the comp after you did it the other way. So a year ago.
You're on the Zillow site still, or you moved over?
No, I'm on Zillow. I'm still on Zillow.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so the only one within that neighborhood, 4-2, that sold a year ago in September. And that one was a baby rehab, not anything extensive. Okay, but it sold for 342, and that was at the top real estate game. And they're saying it could be worth 313 to 346. They got it at 329, and it's 4-bedroom, 2 baths, and 1,000 square feet, or 100 square feet bigger. So yeah, he's a little high on his asking, but that's just because they don't want to pay. So then my question would be, if it's possible, could you be able to do that? And then that's that. So we do the same thing on the next one. We'll see what the value in equity is. It looks like 263,095. So you got estimated equity negative 106, but they got it priced something different. But they're selling it at 325, so they ain't very far off. So I go to listings, looks like a short sale, and somebody already grabbed it. Somebody got an offer pending. Good job. Let's see. Although you could write one because pending is not for show. They owe 946,492. Please help me. Alright. So they price cut it to 600,000. They cut it to 600,000, but the value is like 600,000. Ain't the loan for 946. Estimated is 586. Listings. I gotta see this on transaction.
I know who house that is. Used to be right there.
You do?
Yeah, North Bear Creek.
Uh huh.
One of my knocks used to live up in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they looked at it like that. The white cat named Vern. His brother used to have a house.
He died?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, reverse mortgage. Damn, see? Didn't even know you had money right there. Could have got his house before it even went here. Now, how many more knocks you know sitting around? Mm-hmm. So that would have been some money right there. Let's say we got 369. We got value equity. Damn. What you do too? Reverse mortgage too? No. ELOC construction. Ooh, got a construction loan for 4.8 million. Got you. And this is adjustable. This is second position at 515. So they still got the first position, which would be Peter Megastar. They sold it to them 29 down for 6.8. Got you. So they came in and put 1.9 million down. 29% down.
So what exactly you be looking for in these houses? Like far as step by step breakdown. The first thing I'll be looking for is make sure it's for sale for one, right? For sale and foreclosure. I'm going in for sale and foreclosure.
Right. Only if you trying to get the, I can't even say the easier one. So like when you're in Prop Radar, you can go after off market properties the way that I showed you all those, and then you'll see the names. Where my Property Radar go? Did I get rid of it on next?
And that's the one. Those are the ones where they pretty much all the equity is about it. They don't have any equity in it.
Right, but you can look it up anyway. Like you could take it and I could erase this and look up, go search, search, and then you'll see I'm on there. Let's say that I want to go quick list and I want to look for I want to know rich people. So let me do nonprofits.
Let it catch up real quick so I can actually see.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it made it a little bit easier to be able to see it at the same time. Okay, what you got on your screen right now? You got a list that say starting off with 563.
No. It'll say discovery, and it'll say wealthy locals, highly educated donors, wealthy philanthropists, arts and culture enthusiasts, business owners.
And you got there through a quick list.
Yeah, I got their quick list, and then I put nonprofits.
Okay, quick list. Nonprofit. Yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write it down, and then pretty much when we get off the phone or whatever, I'm gonna try to get on there and you know what I'm saying, try to navigate it and try to figure it out like that too. See if I can apply what you showing me.
Yeah. And then the video still be up there, so if you got to go over it, just call me and I'll go over it with you.
Oh, I can watch the video again?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it up. So, okay, so you caught up with me? It's on wealthy locals, highly educated.
Yeah.
So all those things up and down that screen are ways that you can find different people. So if you wanted to find the wealthy locals, you'll click that, and that'll show you what you want them to do. Owner occupied, have over $1 million, equity over plus 30 in their property. So you know that they have equity, which means they have money. Their property worth money means they have money. What they did on their taxes and stuff, they did it. So it kind of breaks down to who you need to talk to. Now you can go in there and be in quick lists, and I believe that in investors it has tired owners. You got absentee owners, owners that are out of the area, meaning they don't live nowhere near the home that they bought. You got the ones that are underwater, cash buyers, trustee sale buyers, zombies, meaning they're not there, foreclosures. All these are different ways that people house. You got tired landlords down there at the bottom. Those might be people that are 60, 70, 80 who are ready to retire, but they got this whole portfolio or hella houses that they've been having for hella long because they wanted to keep their income coming in. Like our friend Bob, I think he's in his 80s, but he still does real estate. Like he's going to try to buy a 10-unit apartment complex, and he asked Christina, if I get this, do you want in on it? Hell yeah. So let us know. But they tired of being landlords, but hey, they still love real estate, but they want to start shedding off their portfolio because it's too much work. So then you'll look at tired landlords. You'll look at HOA liens because that means they got a lien against the house that they might be losing. So there's different ways a landlord ain't been nowhere, know what. And then on the side you'll see it has the phone number in that little bottom list. It'll have phone, so you can click on phone. And let's say I want Joe Ward's phone number. And I'll just say unlock it. And now I got the numbers that they have, right? And I can call those and see if Joe Ward is at those numbers. And if Joe Ward is not at those numbers, then you could actually go in. You'll go to contacts in the beginning. And then down at, you'll see skip trace. I'm clicking now. You'll see skip trace. And then you can skip trace them on Google and see if they bring anything up. Looks like he has some kind of court case. Owner of Lazy J Ranch.
Okay, I see the Joe Ward now. Okay, phone numbers.
Oh, okay. 70 to 100,000. Okay. So there's some complex, 1310 North Filbert Street. I think this is in Modesto. Alright, so then we were just looking at, my bad, Mr. Filbert, or Mr. Ward. You see him over here, or you can go back. Oh, and you'll see down here, Mr. Ward has 611, 623, 441, 1462, 601. 1462 is his main address. So this is just one of his properties, and he might want to sell some more. So you would be able to find him and do the searches. Some of them charge. They'll have a little dollar sign. You got People Finder. That'll open it up. We found Jordan, 3 of them. But you have his address, so if you really wanted to go make the deal, you could just go knock on his door. Hey, I didn't mean to bother you too much. I just wanted to see if I could come ask you some questions about a home you were selling, like you seen do. So that's the way that you can get in there, and then you'll get those, and either we'll take them, figure an exit strategy to make the most money, or assign it and sell it out and flood the pockets. Matter of fact, let me see what this nigga's talking about on this real quick. Let's do it. Down here. I can look these back up. Those were good ones, though. Look up. So if you just want to get a specific address, you just go to look up. You'll see me doing it right now and there.
That's on People Finders.
Huh?
That's on People Finders, or
Oh, that one I just went was, yeah, that was just another one underneath the on Prop Stream. You can look, or Prop Radar. You can look it up. North Filbert Street. What's that?
So am I going to need all of these links? These I know Property Radar and Zillow. I'm pretty sure going to need those right there. But like the People Finder and the other ones, do I need those or?
Which, like, what?
Those are not necessary
Which ones?
for like People Finders and all that.
Nah, just use it through the Prop Radar. Use it through the Prop Radar.
Okay, Radar, Houseo, GeoCheck, Zillow, those ones right there, like kind of mandatory, right? Those are something.
Yeah, those are gonna help you, but they're free, so those will help you to navigate. Well, if it ain't being looked at for foreclosure, then why are you sending me? You got me lost right now, man. 1310 North Filbert.
What's the MLS?
Oh, that's the listing. That's where all agents come to put their listing at.
Okay.
Oh, that's an extra one. That's why he's saying the 6 one they're not looking at, but the 2 one they are. Gotcha. Alright, so 1310 Filbert and Clovis? Can't be talking about Clovis. No. Why can't I find it? North Filbert. No Montgomery, the Stockton? There we go. Found it.
So these are more places the Joe Ward guy owns, or?
Yep. He owns all them other different properties there. How I know this is going to happen is because I already got fired from the Oakland Police Department for throwing out the cop car in San Joaquin. He also let some tenants know that he's thinking of selling it. Spoke to Daniel, one of my friends who lives there. Gotcha. Shit. Let's swoop. Alright. So, this is what we're talking about. And this is what he's talking about. Gotcha. One, two, three, four.
Mommy asked you to clean up.
No.
Come on. No, because you don't want daddy to know that part. No. No, let's go. I'm going to go get your mom. Mom's going to spank you.
Go.
This part you're showing me right now, this part right here doesn't actually have to do with the lenders and all that. The lender thing is part of like the creative financing, right?
Right, so what I took you in is the same question you asked me, like, well, how do I get the money? So that's why I took you to the money first, So now when I start showing you these, it's not like, how do I get the money? Because that was the question. Well, how I get to the money? Well, you already know where the money is at. So now let's say if it was one of these, and let's say this one was a jug, that this 600,000 for this. So let's say that you would call the lender. Hold on, baby. Hold on. That's very rude. What do you need?
Because it's not letting me play in the garage.
Okay, because she has to clean it. Go upstairs, okay?
Okay.
All right, love you. So let's say that this one was 600,000, and let's say the ARV was worth, say it was worth 9. Let's say it was worth 8. But let's say you could go in there and whatever this price was that the 600,000 is, you could go get a loan for 600,000. But let's say that you talked to this gentleman and he said that he's willing to do owner financing with you. So say he said 20,000 down. Like one of the people he had got, they just said yesterday they need 20,000 down, or 10% down. 10% down, so it came up to like 18,000. Well, what if you put the 18,000 down and buy the home, right? You take over the deed, but you go refi out, or you just don't even have to do it all this way, but you can refi out of that shit and then get towards the top of that ARV, because you could buy it, renovate it, do that. Or let's say like some of these we don't even want to do, the one we did. So he asked for 550, but the building itself was worth 630, 640, something like that. So we asked him, could we get it for 550, and he agreed. We told him that we would go 600, but we were going to say that we're getting it for 6, because then they would have gave us 480, and then he was going to owner finance us anyway. So off the 480, we were giving him back. He was giving us back $78,000. So the $78,000 we was putting into our pocket, and he just added that on to the part he was owner financing us. So we knew where to get the loan. We knew where to get our lender at to give us a transactional funding for the overnight. We knew how that worked. So then all we had to do was hit the bank to get the approval, then send it over to title, hit the PML and ask for the transactional funding, or the hard money, and ask them for transactional funding, which is 24 hours, and they put the money in there. They turn around and it goes back to their account after close of escrow, along with any fees you might have owed them now. But they would get that because you have all that money sitting in escrow now. So now they'll just take it out of the money you just got for buying the home. Now they got their money, he got his money, everybody is happy. You got your money.
And then after that, I'll have to pay off the loan, right?
Why you got to pay off the loan? Ain't you going to have somebody in there renting it? Then you figure out exit strategy? It's never you. When you first looked at it, didn't I go through and start looking at the homes? And once I figured out what the way I was going to buy it, it was 6,000 and whatever, 20,000 with them and the thing. Then I said, well, shit. Now I got to figure out my exit plan, whether I'm going to be renting it short term, long term, medium term, transitional housing, pad split. Pad split is where they put them, they bring people into the room and they about 2 each room, but they charge them $700-800 a month each. And they make other parts of your house into a room if they can, and put people in there, and then they charge them. So if you can fit 10 people in there, well, god damn it, you know you're making $7,000 a month, and your mortgage was gonna be $1,000. So now you making all that every month. Or you didn't did what I said, talk to the people, said, hey, well, why don't you owner finance me? And then they find out how much they want down. And then we say, oh, well, how about I do this? How about I give you 70% down? Oh, yeah. All right. And then you're not doing it. You tell them you give them a larger percent. I'm sorry. And then, because you're going to get 70% of the loan. Sometimes you get 80. But you're only going to come at them with 50, 40, 30. What do they feel comfortable with? Because you can work your way up. You can start off at 20 if you want to, and then 30, and let them bargain it in. But you don't really care until it starts getting up there, because now you'll start messing with yourself.
Okay. So pretty much start off with the smaller deals.
You ain't even got to start off with the smaller deals. You can go on there right now and find a 160 unit apartment complex and negotiate a deal doing the same thing. Doing the same thing. So we'll either look at it and then I can show you, okay, so you can get paid this way. Either you're going to run this Morby method, get it here. You're going to put yourself on here and assign yourself a fee for finding it when you buy it. So you already in there. So you might make $10,000 for buying the house and then you're going to keep it, but you're going to have your exit strategy on what you're going to put there. What kind of patients could go there? Could some older folks go there? The dementia go there? What do I need to have somebody with Alzheimer's in there? How many Alzheimer patients can I fit in this home? How much does insurance pay? Does insurance take care of this? All those little questions. And then you'll start to figure out what you can do.
And for shit like that, for like the medical people with medical issues or whatever, that's you get government assistance on that part too, don't you?
You got it. You got it. Even if you were to get transitional with the inmates, I mean, they help you there. Plus, you know, you can use a food stamp, so you can go get food stamps underneath them to help with the house. I mean, you're not paying for the food in there, you're not paying for the mortgage there, but you're making money there.
Okay, and does that fall under the nonprofit or?
Nah, you can do that straight, or if you need to use a nonprofit to wiggle away into the deal, then that's use a nonprofit that way. But in some of these things, yeah, we'll give you some benefits to use a nonprofit. But no, you can do it without it.
Okay.
So you just finding out who is. But that's our part. Just don't even trip. Just right now, look for the houses, and then when you feel comfortable to start figuring out what's the exit strategy, because then we'll walk it through. Then I'll start breaking down what's an exit strategy to use. Yeah, but for now, we'll figure it out. You just tell me what you got, what you're looking at, and then I'll help run the numbers and see if it's what you're looking at. If it is, then we'll start figuring out what's the game plan you want to do. Oh, let's start figuring out how we go out of it. Because you can put it up for sale, you can keep it and rehab it, you can do a lease option where they give you a lump sum of money up front and then pay you every month. There's plenty of different ways to make sure that everybody's happy.
Okay. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna go to one of the things Morby was talking about too. When he was talking about what was it? Well, I might have to find it and shit on there. Yeah, I might have to find it. I don't know if it was what I heard or what I wrote down.
It's all good, all good.
It was something about a calculator or something. I don't need that either, huh? For right now.
The calculator on the rehab?
Yeah, I guess it's MAO. I can flip calculator.
Yeah. Okay,
Is
so
that right there help with the numbers or?
okay, write it down. I'm gonna tell you how to do your numbers real quick.
All right.
So let's do easy numbers. The house is 100,000, right? You're gonna go times 93%.
Okay.
And then it'll come up with a number. Now, you're going to come up with your rehab number. So your rehab number is going to be based on the square footage and how much your rehab is. So let's say you're just doing lipstick. You might do $15, $20 a square foot. So if it's 100 square feet that you're doing, then you're gonna go 100 times 20. So you like,
instead of the 15.
well, whichever one it is. So if you think that it's gonna cost $15 a square foot to do it, well then you do 100 times 15 or 100 times 20. I always try to overthink things. So either you're gonna now have a rehab of $1,500 or $2,000 on a lipstick, meaning you don't got to do nothing, no walls or nothing. You just need to paint, and that's it. Now, let's say that you got to do a little bit more. Let's say there's some holes you got to patch up. Let's say that there's some cabinets you got to switch, or just some floors you got to do. Then you want to go up to 30. Then let's say you got to do floors and cabinets. You might want to raise on up to 40. Let's say you got hella holes in the walls, ceiling, roofs, you might have to do. Oh, shit. You're going to need to get 50s, 60s. Now, if you got a total tear down, but you don't got to tear it down, I mean, it looks like it needs to be ran over, but you can use the bones to rebuild. Then you'll start at $75 a square foot. So just remember the worst, $75 a square foot. If you are building something, adding it on, do $125 a square foot. So let's say you got one and you see a comp that says 3-1 and you start 3-1.5 and yours is a 3-1. So now you're like, damn, if I had a half bathroom, I can get another 50,000. Well, shit, let me see how I can do that. So you'll do however many square feet, 15 times 125, and add that in. That's only if you're adding something to it.
Oh, okay.
Then you use a 125 number. Now, after
So that, like on that 100K one, you said for the rehab it'd be like 20 per square foot, and you multiply that by the 100.
So yeah, right now you did the 93% and came up with that number. Then you did the rehab times 100 square feet times 15 or 20, whichever one you pick. You pick 20, so times 20. So that means your rehab is going to cost you $2,000, right?
Uh-huh.
Now you're going to add on 5% of $2,000. So you're going to take that $2,000 and go either 5 or 10. I like 10. You just go times 10%. And you'll know, okay, well, now I got to add on another $200. So now you know it's going to be $2,200 to protect you on if anything during the reno went wrong. Something held up. Something else needs to be whatever. That's going to help you to offset that.
Okay. That's to offset the rehab.
Right, so you get 10% over.
10% over. Okay.
Okay, so now you've got your closing. That 93% was closing cost. So you can just write CC closing costs. So when you sell the house, that's how much it's going to cost to sell the house. Then you're going to do your rehab numbers, which we just went through. Square footage times whatever it is. That'll be that number, and then whatever that number is times 10% equals what your total rehab is. Then you're going to look at the total. So the total that the ARV was going to be the $100,000, right? So that meant that out of that ARV, you needed $10,000 because you want 10% of whatever the ARV price is. So if it was selling for $200,000, then you need 10% of that. $300,000, 10% of that. No matter what it is. So that's 30,000, 40,000. You need 10% of each one of those.
Of the ARV.
Yep, that'll always be the profit that either you want or somebody else wants that you are going to send it to, try to sell it to. They want to know that they got at least 10% profit in there.
Okay.
So then you started off with, let me do the math with you right now. You started off with $100,000 home, right? And then I said you go times 93%, and now you're down to 93,000. And then I'll go clear from the 93,000, and I'll go 100 square feet times 20 is 2,000. So my 93,000 take away 2,000, or actually equals, and then take away 200 because that's a 10% overage. Then I need to take away 10,000 because they want a profit. So now you're down to 80,000. But now you need your profit, right? How much you want to make? 5,000, 10,000, 20,000? How much you want to make on this one? So you might say, I want 20. I need this bread. So now you're going to put your fee on there, 20. So now you going to try to talk this person, or you are going to buy this rehab for no more than $60,000. And really, as a cash buy, that's too high. Cash buy, most time they want you to come in 30 to 40% of ARV. I mean, yeah, but during this time, 20 to 30. So when we moving up, then it can be a lot higher. But in these down markets, you want to be safe in 20 to 30, but you can do 40. But 20 to 30, you just kind of more safe because they scared something might go on and interest rate goes up, loans something, and they're rehabbing and shit goes wrong. Then they don't want to get themselves in a position. So right now, I would have took this, and I probably would have came in at around 50. I probably would have came in 50. The rehab probably would have been, bigger than 2,200, but I would have came in at around 50 and seen what was up. Unless the rehab was bigger, then your numbers would have dropped.
The original price was 93, right?
100,000. Original price was 100,000, but then remember we times it times 93 or 93%, and that made it 93,000.
Started at 100K. Okay, then 93%. The 93% is what you say that was, the closing cost?
Yep, closing costs.
Closing cost, and then the 2,000 is for the 10% of the ARV.
No, the 2,000 was. Remember we said it was a 100 square foot place, and it needed a $20 rehab. So then you went 100 square feet times $20.
Okay.
And then you came up with 2,000, and then you took the 2,000 and said times 10%, and you came up with 200. So you should be at 22. So then you're gonna subtract that from there.
Okay, and then the 10K came from, that's the what was the 10K for after the
Oh, their profit. Their profit. Remember, they needed 10% of whatever the price was you were selling it for, the ARV or. So since we said 100,000, then they
10%.
yeah, 10,000.
Okay, and then after that you add your fee.
And then you add your fee. So you subtracted all these all the way down from whatever price they gave you.
Okay. Okay, so the actual price they put up there don't really mean shit.
Right, that's their price on a rehab. If you see it on a rehab, yeah, because then you're going to tell them, look, are you trying to sell this to an investor? Are you trying to sell this to anyone? Because obviously it can't go through a conventional or regular traditional home mortgage. So who are you trying to sell this to? An investor to fix and flip? Well, I can tell you right now, unless you have some other numbers for me, it looks like it might be $20 to $30 a square foot. I see it needs painting, and the roof might be done, need to be done, and kitchen cabinets look, like outdated. So what are we looking at here? If you bring my estimates are, and you do your estimates at $30 a square foot, I'm looking at around here, and with closing costs for your commission, and when I have to rehab this to make this, then I need this price to be here. And so then they go back and say, hey, this is really this is really this, especially when you have it like wrote out. You really can't. Oh hell no, you can't spit that back because it's showing you.
Okay, so this example right here is just for rehab.
Yeah, how I just gave it to you. That would be if you doing the numbers to try to come up with the rehab.
Okay, I got it.
The other way you're doing the numbers are how I said when you were looking up the ARV for the property. Yeah, that's most of the ways that you're going to do it. Because even if you subject to and you going in and you looking for the information on the house, if they own it all the way, then you might be looking at them being the bank. If they don't own it all the way, well, then you're looking to see, well, how can you ease your way in here? Either owner financing if they own it all the way. If they have a deed, can I subject to your deed? Can we do owner financing? Option where you rent it to me for this long, and at the end of renting it that long, I get to refi out and pay the mortgage. If not, you get to take the property back over with all the rent that I paid. There's multiple different ways to skin this cat.
And that 20 and 30, that safe zone right there, what should I mark that under?
What do you mean? Oh, that's an ARV. So let's say right now you are supposed to get any property that you get. If it's 100,000, supposed to be anywhere from 20 to 40,000 is what you want to get it at, because the ARV is 100. So you want it at 20 to 40% of the ARV.
But you said it's better to keep it like 20, 30 just to be on the safe side, in case something happens.
You got it.
Okay.
Now, if you do the numbers and it ends up working, then it's another story. But off top, for the fast way, getting it in before you have a contractor go through and throw you some numbers, look at it, go through that, and figure it out. But you'll get it. But go ahead. So the 20% though, yeah, 20 to 30.
Okay. So you said no more than 68, but that 68 is high, so you would offer the 50K.
Yep.
Okay.
Because if you can fit your number in there, their number's in there, and everybody is happy, then you good. So if you get them down to 50, that means you put 30K in there for you, but you got some room now. So you can be able to, hey, if it ain't comfortable with them, well, look, I'll drop off 10 in my assignment. Or, hey, why don't we just do seller financing? You can pay it to me later. Make payments on my $10,000. I need $200, $300 a month. I need my car payment and something paid for. $500 a month till it's paid off.
Right. Okay. Let's see. So offer the 50, and you said put okay. So the fee come in before that. It's part of the offer, or
Which fee?
like what would be my fee?
Your fee would be the assignment, what you put in there. Remember I said you got to put your profit in there, so that 20,000 you took, that took it down to 60, and then you put in another 10,000 because you took it down to 50. So you put 30,000 in there for you to make. Because now let's say you did this and you get the number down to 50, right? You coming to me now, and you saying, hey, I got this property here. It's at 50K. ARV is this. You can do this, and they'll go through and do their numbers. Everything is done, and if it comes out to where, okay, yeah, I'm going to make me my 10, 12, whatever I'm going to make. Yeah, okay, as long as it's 10%. Okay, I'm looking at this. Let's talk. And now I might buy it. Boom, here's 50K. Because now I'm going to go in there and do all my little renovations and everything and sell it for that 100K and make my money. It means I paid you 30,000. You paid them 20,000.
So the 30, and you paid him 20.
Wait, I think I said that wrong. You are selling it for, yeah, no. So the ARV price, that's right. So the ARV, when we finished doing it and we had the numbers, we was at 80 before we stuck your 20,000 in, right? So if you sold it at 80, then they would be able to do their stuff and still make all their money and stuff. So then you put yourself in, and the price down went that you needed to get it in contract that was 60. So now they'll pay 60, and that has your 20 included in there. If you got it down to 50, that has your 30 included in there. You just subtract how much you want to get paid on that deal. So you might want to be Walmart at deals. So you might be good, and it's just you want to make $1,000 off every one because you know that you can get these and shove them out hella quick, and you buyers will snatch them up because you ain't got no high assignment fee. Dude, they'll still snatch them up at 5, 10, 20. They only get mad when you snatching shit and asking for 50 racks on assignment fee. Unless it's a great deal.
Whenever you get at these people, you pretty much be running all these numbers by them and everything. And
No. So let's get there then. Let's get back over there. I got a video up that you can look on the website on this one right here on the YouTube, and you'll see where I kind of go over that. But inside Podio, when you first go on and you click on there, it's gonna have almost like a little script that's gonna help you go through. Did you ask how their day was going? Did you get in good with them? Hey, how you doing today, man? Yeah, busy day, huh? Means you making money, huh? And you getting in good with them. You trying to fill them out. And then, did you spark good conversation? So you would click on it and be like, yep, they're my friend, and it'll show up on the side. Did you spark good conversation? Did you make sure your agent or seller was comfortable? If you know that they come, oh yeah, and I went to the ball game, man. It was packed. It was hard getting out of there. Oh, who won the game? Yeah, y'all talking. He's comfortable. They chopping it up with you. Did you find out your bunnies? So your bunnies might be, y'all got baseball in common. Well, hey, do you like, even know none, Jose Canseco. Man, remember when he used to knock it out? Oh, yeah, man, I loved him. Yeah, man, yeah. So now you found him something he loves. He loves to talk about this, so you're going to be in good with him. Y'all just having convo. Then you're going to kind of go in. Is an agent your seller a friend now? If you feel like you've made some kind of contact, y'all cool. Y'all ain't just on some business shit. Now y'all chopping it up. And then you can get into, okay, hey. Well, hey, man, can you tell me about, why does the seller want to sell this home? What's going on with it? Are you in good with the seller? Do you know the situation? And they be like, oh, yeah, man. They're moving to Florida. They already purchased another house. They have this house on them. So they don't want to have two of them. So they're trying to get rid of this one. They're really asking too much. It needs some renovation, some work and stuff. So right there, they just told you, they're asking too much. They need some renovation and stuff. If you go to the website and read all of the ways we have on there, there's more than that, but those 7 or 8, you'll know what that one is. As soon as they would have said, "Oh, I need some renovation," they're asking too much. What's their asking price? You can kind of get that, but you already kind of seen on the listing. But let me go through that. So you're gonna ask them. That would have been a novation. Let me put that out there. That would have been a novation agreement because they need it fixed and it can go for higher, but they're asking too much for what stage it's in. So if the ARV is high enough for us to come in and fix whatever needs fixing, and we can still fit our profit and the closing in there with the rehab, then we'll grab it. If we can't fit all the stuff like we did those numbers in, then we can't do it. He either has to come down on his price, or it just can't be done. So though you gotta listen to what they saying and try to pull out them things when you listening. You let them do a lot of talking, opening up to you and telling you everything about the property. So then after you do that, you're gonna be like, did we find out how we can help the situation? So like I said, that part where we found out right there, we can do a novation, and then we'll keep on listening because he might say, oh, he still has a mortgage on there too, and the mortgage he took a refi out, so that was for 280, and he's selling it for 300. So right there, this fool ain't even got no damn equity. He already cashed himself out. He just want to get out from under the house now. All right, hey, yeah, okay, and now you're listening. You don't have to throw it at him in case he feel comfortable, but I'd do it later. But it's just what you feel in the conversation. So if you find out how we can help them, well, how'd they come up with the listing price? Did they just come up with anything? Did they do the comps like we did it? What comps did they use to come up with it? Do they have the addresses so you can be able to look over the comps that they use? And then you'll get those. Is a price negotiable? Is he stuck in that price, or is he firm? Can he move around? Is it flexible? Then that way you can kind of wiggle down because you already know. And now they'll let you know, oh, he might go down 10. I think the lowest he even is thinking about. Somebody put an offer for 200 and they weren't even thinking about it. I think his lowest is 230. Then you kind of got some idea. Oh, he said 300, but this dude just said 230. This motherfucker really just want to get out from under this house. Okay, he's giving you all kind of information on what to do. Then you're like, how fast are you looking to close? Is he looking to close now? Are they owner occupied and they're in there? Can we close in 2 weeks? Can we close in 30 days? Will they be out of there in the 30 days? All kind of questions, that you want to know, because if they're holding longer, you close escrow and they still in there, you can't take possession. Well, then there needs to be a escrow hold that they only get so much money until everything is up out of there. And if it takes long, every month they lose money. So let's say that you bought it from them, but every month you charge them $5,000 if they not moved out, and they got so much in escrow. So you just taking it, and then pretty soon you would have got your money back, and now you're just a victim. But okay, so how fast are they looking to close? And then has there been any unpermitted changes? Remember we talked about that earlier. Did they change anything that they didn't get any permits for? Then you want to ask, do you have any seller's disclosures? Sometimes they'll be like, no, he didn't do any. Oh, he doesn't live there. He doesn't know very much about it. No, whatever. Okay, got you. Well, if they send it to you, a lot of them will have it. It just depends. Then you'll just send it to the email. I put ours on here, duediligence@maharajaenterprises.com. You'll see it when you go in there. And then the income and expense records. So if they say they have a renter in there, you need the income and expense records to show that the renter was paying on time and that what he's saying they charging is what they've been charging. If it's a multifamily, meaning 4 units. If it's commercial, meaning 5 or plus units, you want the same shit, because that's how you're going to run your numbers. Without that, they could tell you it makes anything. You need facts, because that's what your loan people are going to want. Facts. They want to see what you bring into them.
Right. And you got the option. If the tenants are paying every on time, every month, and everything else, and been there for a long period or whatever, it's possible to even keep the same tenants in there.
No, you can keep the same tenants in there. If all those numbers working out, they all been in there right, and that's going to get you. Remember that DSCR? Now you want to look that up. But you would have learned that in there by learning the loans. But the DSCR is a dollar for dollar ratio, and they want you to be over 1. So that way you're making more than you're paying in mortgage.
And you want to be over 1%?
Yeah, you want to be over the 1. It goes by like 1.2, 1.3, 1.72, just depending on how many how far you are above the mortgage that you're paying and how much you're bringing in rent. So if they're already there and they're bringing it in, you want to keep them there. Now, because you're buying it, and you might be buying it at a higher number, your taxes and insurance is going to be higher. So now you got to come in there and be like, hey, rent is going up by 10%. Oh, man. Hey, blame it on the owner for not giving me a deal. If you would have gave me a deal, then I wouldn't have had to press your prices up. But because I had to buy it for more, all my numbers went up. So now your numbers have to go up.
Right.
Okay, so then after you done got there, you're like, do you ask, do they own the home? Is the home owned free and clear? Do they have any mortgage or anything on there if they haven't brought it up to you yet? And then she might tell you, yeah or no, own free and clear. So now you're thinking owner financing, lease options. Okay, because they don't own anything. They can be your bank. You just bring them something in there holding your mortgage. So you got everything they say, you looking for little tidbits that can find you avenues in. Did you ask about liens or any taxes owed? Because if there are liens and taxes, then their numbers is lower because you owe this. You might be in trouble with this. You might getting ready to have foreclosure on this. And if they have a mortgage, ask how much the payments are and are they current. Does the seller know about creative financing? So you can listen, and if you've got comfortable enough with them and y'all are going over the seller situation and talking and you just feel cool and you'll feel it. You'll just feel it. And you're like, is he cool with seller financing? Or not even seller financing. Let me not even say that because you get it all wrong. Creative financing. Are they cool with creative financing? Do you know about creative financing? First you asking him, the agent, do they know? Or if it's a homeowner, do they know? And if the agent says yes, then you want to let them know that you're impressed to be working with such a savvy agent. Meaning you're trying to give them kudos and pump them up, blow up their head a little bit so they feel good. You already know it. So it feels like they on another page, and then you'll go from there and then ask if the seller knows about it, and then if the seller doesn't know about it. Or even if the agent doesn't know about it, direct them to the website. Have them go over the website with you. Hey, you got a second? Can you go to Maharaja.com real quick? Matter of fact, I'll send you a text message or I'll email you a link right now. What's your email? Because you got to get it anyway. Go ahead and send them a link. Hey, go to that link and go to the website with me. Look, you got about 5 minutes. I can teach you creative financing. It'll probably help you in 80 to 90% of your deals. And then you can kind of walk them through the site, help them get information, show them where the little PDF files they can download and look at. And now you teaching them something. They're going to come back to you now like, hey, that's how we got these deals today that we got. Because the agent came back to us like, hey, you want to do these? Yep. And we'll be meeting you in your office tomorrow with the contracts signed. Let's do it. So then you got, if not, let them know. Ask the seller or agent if they might be interested in in creative financing. And if they're interested in it, then you already know. Now you can start talking all freely and get your negotiations in. Because if you need time. But if you got that far, you just need to go in on the negotiations. All right, you got this and got that. Do you know what they're looking for? We could actually do this and this. And, if I come up with some numbers that is good for you, can we make a deal and go ahead and get this closed fast as possible? Yeah, okay. I don't mind driving up to meet you, or I can have one of my people come out there, meet up with you, and we can get this done. But you want to once you kind of got them in there, you want to get it done, get it locked in. You want to get them to sign if they already got it in mind. Don't sit on it. Don't wait a couple days, because a couple days, anything can happen. And last but least, you can let them know, we have Zoom calls. Can I get on there with your seller? You want to get on with me, and I can show you things that can be able to help you to understand. And then if you receive a yes or a tentative email, then you're going to send it to due diligence, because we go over everything, make sure it's right. And then did you get the seller and agent's email? That's the most important thing, to send back over the lead. So it's on Podio, but you'll kind of walk it through like that. It's already did so you can kind of see how you should flow. But you're gonna customize it to yourself.
.com. Yeah, the list just popped up a minute ago. Gotta see it. Let me see. Okay, this is everything you just went over right here.
In Podio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen, I like that chocolate.
You do.
Okay. Yeah, I think I got enough to absorb for the day. I think. Is there anything on top of this closing out, or?
No, that's about it. Cause they'll just kind of roll it in. If anything, you want to ask them if they need another appointment, or basically you already make another appointment if they sound good or if they kind of tentative. All right, I'll get you an offer. I can call you back tomorrow and check in on the offer. Yeah, so you're just marketing Podio at the bottom. Appointment for tomorrow. If you already know you're gonna have a deal, then you'll just send it to disposition and set up an appointment with acquisitions, and that's at the bottom.
Oh, okay. And you pretty much start off doing that part though, on acquisitions and all that.
Yeah, we do all that to get. Yeah, that's all us to close it down. Really, right now, you just get comfortable talking to it. And then if you don't feel comfortable, then when you're talking to them to close it, but they sound like, hey, this might be a go, then we'll go in there and shut it down.
Okay.
Now, let me say, lock it up.
Okay, I think I got a little bit I can review over and try to lock this in.
All right.
What else? Let me see. I had a question over something else I done wrote down here. Let me see what this is. Okay, yes, something about what about bacon and like I guess bacon homes has been like 5.5, 6 months bacon.
That's good.
He said something about those are good because they pretty much paying
The mortgage, the taxes, insurance for nothing.
and then expired listings. Those are good things to look for.
Mm, yeah, but I stay old listings because everybody else is off listings. I do, I always go the opposite way of what they going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he was. I wrote down something right here. It said MLS over 100 days.
Yeah, yeah. He says to look at the ones that are already in pain, but it all depends on your conversation. Your conversation says fuck the pain. If your conversation and the deal makes sense, you just go for it. What are they gonna say? No. You waited for the pain, and somebody else said fuck the pain. I'm coming in right now, and they said okay, cool.